Hi everyone, happy Easter. So glad to be here joining you today. It just feels like there's something new in the air and it feels so good. It feels like a rebirth. It feels like something new is happening. And, when I think of Easter, along with everything else that we all think of, um, also thinking of bunnies and fertility and all of that, it is a real fertile time. We have, we're in spring, just newly in spring, and being able to come from that place of, sprouting things and having new things grow. And what's growing in your life right now, or what are you wanting to grow in your life? This is a real good time we're at the beginning of the season and springing into new things. So think about that. Think about what you might want to create over the summer, spring and summer, and then starting the cycle over again. So this is a really good time of just allowing ourselves to be curious and to be excited about where we want to go and what we're trying to build and create. I have my little friend here today. I don't know if you can see him. He's over a little bit. He's upset because I have cards laying in the way. But Benny's excited for spring too because he likes to get outside. I'm not that excited about the mud that comes at this time of year on the East Coast, but I did buy some of those very cool, like, I forgot what they're called, those boots that come up to the knee and they're rubber and everything. And I've always secretly wanted a pair and I got them. So I'm excited about that. I can jump in the mud and do whatever I need to do. So I want you to be thinking about, for you, what does that look like? What do you want to create? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? Think of just the next few, seasons, spring and summer. What do you want to do? It's been a long haul, as we all know, with COVID and everything, and really trying to look at what we want to bring in. What do we need to do for our own well-being? We don't know what the fall holds or the winter again, so we only have this present moment, and this is really a good time to just remind ourselves to be in the moment, to create whatever it is we're trying to create. And sometimes we have to switch or change our mind a little bit or adjust it. But we are in a wonderful place of just allowing everything to change in a new way. And I like that a lot. This is really a time where I'm thinking about what are the things I want to do this summer if we get a little bit more freedom with COVID. I want to go to the beach. I want to get out of this house. What is it that you want to do? What's important to you? I want to get out walking again when the weather's nice. All of it is spring and thinking what spring represents to us and what it brings to us. And you see the smile. It reminds me of that song, the can't think of what it is in the moment, but the smile returning. Oh, that Here Comes the Sun. There it is, by the Beatles. The smiles returning to their faces. That's what it's about. I want to see people happy again, just for the simple things, taking walks, seeing their neighbor, waving, having fun, all of it that we have missed because of COVID. Just being able to hug somebody and feel like, oh, that feels so good to be touched and all of that, and to touch someone else. That's where we need to be. The simple things. And I think this was a great reminder of showing us what's really important. So today, I hope you enjoy your Easter and give it a few thoughts about where am I going and where do I want to go this spring, and allow yourself to just be in the newness of fertility and babies being born, whether they're four-legged or two-legged or whatever, and just being in that place. I haven't had it for, I didn't have it last year, obviously, because of COVID, but I was doing an Easter egg hunt, and I would get those plastic eggs, and I would put little things in it, like take you to lunch or whatever. And I had the kids, who aren't kids anymore, who are adults, and my grandkids hunt all over the yard for these, and you would not believe how much fun people had. And last year everybody's like, oh, you're not doing it. It's like, no, we can't. But something so goofy that gave them so much joy. I saw my oldest daughter was jumping over bushes to get to them and stuff. And then for some things, what I did was I went to the dollar store and bought all kinds of things. And I would have them in here, so whoever collected the most would go first and pick something and whatever. But so much fun. We forget what the simple things do and the fun that we have or can have doing those simple things. For those of you that are old enough to remember playing jacks or anything like that, I mean, what did it cost? $5 or something for jacks, and so much fun, simple things. And I know since I've been in a little restricted by COVID, what I've been doing is I've been doing puzzles with my spare time, and I've been reading and not reading personal growth books. I'm up to here I've read enough books that I should be healed and everything else with the work that I've done. But I started reading other books that were just about having fun, reading somebody's experience, getting out of my own stuff. So whatever it is for you that you would love to do, put it on your calendar and get going with it. And let that resurrect you on this wonderful day and in the days ahead. All right, so let's see. Oh my God, April. We're going to the Archangel Metatron Oracle. Metatron, what would you like to tell the group for this up and coming week? Okay. Cosmos, and it says mirrors you. Look at that beautiful card. I love the colors. It looks like a crystal that's spinning in space. So let's see what that's all about. When you feel as what you feel as random, chaotic, and disjointed in your world is a result of your scattered thoughts, words, and feelings that you have sent out into the greater universe, either consciously or unconsciously. Wow, so this seems like with this is the quantum field. And it's a great reminder of what we're putting out there. No one sets out to ask for problems or difficulty, and yet what we think, speak, and project is so powerful right now. You are reminded today of how powerful your words are. The sacred geometric shape of the dodecahedron, perfectly balanced and proportioned, symbolizes the need for reasoned, wise, and well-intentioned words and thoughts that are also focused. You are in a state of regular communion with the universe. It listens and responds to what you admit and sound out constantly. If you've been projecting that life is hard, unfair, or difficult, the universe will give you more of the same. If, on the other hand, you speak of abundance, laughter, and wonder, that too you will make manifest. Nice reminder with the law of attraction. Think carefully about the programming that is inside you. Does it serve you well today, or is it full of past disappointments or hurts, creating an expectation of a repeat performance? Changing scripts within you, starting to become conscious through affirmations and positivity, and surrounding yourself with high vibrations are important to you right now. The universe wants to support you and bring you to what you wish, but it does so based on the quality of your vibration or stance. If you ask for abundance but don't expect it, the lower vibration will cancel out any positivity. Archangel Metatron asks you to put behind your old ways, family patterns, and precious thoughts and doubts, and concentrate on what you wish to sound out anew to the wider cosmos. Let your thoughts and words be loving, positive, and thankful, and great gifts and blessings will follow. The universe mirrors what you say to it and expect of it. Everything in the universe was created from light, and therefore this card links into the greater light of the Creator. This light that is all around you wishes to be condensed into something positive and affirming now. The Creator said, "Let there be light," and the darkness faded. So too, can you use your own to use your own light to dissolve what is heavy around you. Pay attention now to your throat chakra. That's linked to the dodecahedron and the impeccability of the words that flow from it, and also to whether that which you hear is positive or destructive. Metatron will muffle out what is unimportant and people whose opinions are out of line with your own vibration, and draw to you instead new frequency of sound, color, and light that can brighten your world, your perspective, and all you see. A bountiful universe has always existed. Talk to it now with a new voice and sound to create something beautiful that serves you well. Wow, I have to just show you. Isn't this beautiful? Metatron's picture there. So, what comes to me with that is that this is going in space, waiting to connect with other things. And so to me, this is the quantum field where you're being asked to remember whatever you put out mirrors you. So you want to attract the right kind of situations, the right resources, whatever it is you're looking for. And to do that, you have to keep your vibration clean and high. We're always reminded not to look at what we don't want. It's such a habit sometimes, but this is saying pay attention to that. So check back in, as I told you, see what it is you want to create. Where are the thoughts that go with that? I just wrote a blog around that. Interesting. The next one is the Starseed Oracle. What do the folks watching need to know for this up and coming week? Messenger. Sirius energy, meaning the planet, the star system, Sirius, bringing harmony and balance. Wow, isn't that beautiful? So this is definitely an energy of a holy being with their hands opening, offering something to you, and the light is shining. Interesting how the last card said about the throat, because we have light pouring from the throat here, also in the background, but this looks beautiful. All right. All right, you're part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet, to returning time and again to seed the light, the crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence in. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius, often appearing as a shade of blue. They hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony, to ensure greater balance, to help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within us all. You're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, to be a guardian of harmony and balance on earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing love through their healing vibrational song. Their unique notes send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. A rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring. We haven't noticed, right? It's a resurgence of the sacred within us all, a returning of the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow from there. You can honor and balance the sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself and others. So the question is, how are you being called to bring harmony to your life or to the planet? How are you being called to honor the sacred masculine and feminine within you? So it all starts with us first. You know, one of the problems I think we have is we want to save the world and help everybody else, but we forget that we have to start right here. So to me, the messenger card is saying that we're here for you. We're guiding you, whether you know it or not. We're right here. We're sending our love. You do have a reference point of that kind of love because we've been there. We are there. And so this is Spirit saying all these great beings of light are here for you. There's also a lot of commotion, I'll say, about Spirit walking amongst us, that there are a lot of ascended masters and great beings of light that are walking in physical form now because we need that help down here. So sometimes you may not realize in your little world how important what your contribution is, okay? So maybe you feel like, well, geez, I don't have any big worldly job, but the people you reach every day, the people you speak to at the grocery store, whatever, you are spreading the light. And sometimes it's that simple. Okay. We're looking at Work Your Light Oracle. Oh, okay, I guess one wanted to pop out. Oh, we have two, so we're going to go with it. The first one is Imrama. I am Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? And this is very interesting because you see all different kinds of sacred circles, sacred temples on here. And there's a woman on here that's just stopped looking at all this. And if we go along with what that says, what are you being called to journey to? Or where are you being called to journey to? So we'll read that one first. The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we're going, but our soul knows the way. If you've pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric place. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie in a desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage is impossible, journey through the portal of your heart. Love that. Follow the invisible soul train. Oh, sorry, soul train. I'm like, well, that's interesting. It's soul trail, sorry. Soul train. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. And it says, say, may seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone. I love that my soul has served. One of the things that this brings me to is that, you know, I do sacred journeys all over the world and that I love traveling. And I haven't been anywhere since a year ago, February, when I went to Sedona. And that's one of my favorites because I just love, you totally feel recharged and all of that. And certainly I had just done a trip to England a year ago and all of that. But when I go, what this card reminds me of, I'm remembering. There's something I'm remembering, and there's certain cultures you'll be pulled to, like, for somebody, maybe it's Ireland, or somebody else, it's Egypt. There's a clue about some of your past lifetimes of what you've created and where you're going. And that is important. So let that guide you to where you need to be. Maybe it's not possible right now. Nobody's wanting to travel. So study it, read about it in a book, read about the goddess traditions in those countries. And I love the fact that she talked about also, healing the earth there. When we go to these sacred sites, we're depositing love and energy and everything we're leaving there. But we're also remembering, we're picking up soul pieces, parts of us from being there before. And let's face it, not all these lifetimes that we've gone through are going to be super positive. So just know that, okay? All right, the other one that stuck with it is from the same deck, Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. They kind of go together. So we have all these people just, it looks like they're, oh no, they're not underwater. It looks like they were at first. No, they're just floating amongst the trees and the forest. Oh, here it is. I'm like, where is it? Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They're coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that has an expiration date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It's time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from traumas of the life's past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them and stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. It says, I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with me, who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, the growth, the wisdom, and the gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. I would suggest you write this down. Rewind, go back, write it down, and do it. This is super powerful. So this is telling us that there's a lot here. So just looking at, and I think I want to stop with the 4 cards for this week. If I go back and I look, it's reminding of what are you putting in the quantum field? Where do you want to go from there? What is, you're depositing everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then you will vibrationally align to attracting in whatever that is. So that's the first thing. And with the second card, knowing that Spirit has our back and they're always sending us light and information. And it looks like we're going to be journeying in our minds and hearts this week to those places that we need to clear up old stories. So when you look at your life, because we all know our patterns, look at the things you keep repeating over and over again. And what you want to do is be in a place that you can say, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I've got the lesson and I want to move beyond. So, and then releasing that contract. I love that. Releasing the soul pattern, the contract, and the past lives, because they're still playing out. If you're trying to expand and get out in the world and be in service of some way, and you've still got the old safety issues playing out with you, that's not going to happen. So you need to be in a place that you can say, okay, I want to break away from that so I can start with a fresh slate. Okay? So look for that this week as you're thinking about where you want to go over the spring months, and just allow yourself to clear a pathway for the new to come in. So what I want to say to you is I hope you're doing something special today. I hope you're gathering with some of your family members and spending time and remembering what's really important. For some of you, you'll be cooking. For others, you might be having an Easter egg hunt for your children, no matter what age they are. And also just allowing yourself to come from a place of knowing that we're clearing away. And this is a great place to be as we continue to move forward in the days ahead. So happy spring, happy Easter, and I hope you have an absolutely magical day. Thank you.